Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video, I will show you how to use FFmpeg with Objective-C and Swift in native iOS application. Mainly we will be writing Swift code. So what we will basically do is we will compile the FFmpeg source code for iOS. And if you know, FFmpeg is written in C programming language. That's why to use their APIs, we have to use Objective-C for iOS, but the main code of picking a video will be written in Swift. So I will be showing you all this stuff. I'm not using any third-party library. I know there is a third-party library which is quite popular called FFmpeg kit, but that unfortunately has been archived and is no longer supported. That's why it's better to go with this approach, and it will never fail for you even if there are future higher versions of FFmpeg available. Okay, so let's get started. Basically what we'll do in this video, we will get the duration of the picked video. So we will pick the video from our Swift code. Once we have the URL of the picked video, we will send it to FFmpeg. So we will be calling some Objective-C code and it will give us the duration of the video. So let's see how to do this. So first setup which you need to do is, obviously you would require macOS because we are building it for iOS. Then you would require Xcode installed as well as Xcode command line tools. So that comes with Xcode, so I already have that installed as well. I also have Homebrew installed, and with the help of Homebrew you also need to install Brew installed. YASM, I don't know what this is, but yeah, you need to install this. Okay, now this is just a cheat sheet which I have created, which we need to follow. So first what we need to do is just go to the downloads wherever you want to create the FFmpeg, like wherever you want to compile FFmpeg. I will be compiling it inside the downloads folder, but you can do it in any workspace wherever you feel like. So I'll just create one folder called FFmpeg. So first we need to compile FFmpeg, then we will be creating our native iOS project. So I will just open my terminal. I'll just close this. Okay, I'll just open a new one and I'll just cd to this FFmpeg folder which I have created. Okay, then inside this FFmpeg folder we need to run this particular command. Now what this does is it basically takes the source code from GitHub of FFmpeg. If you want, you can go to this particular repository as well, and we are checking the 7.1 branch which is latest at the time of me recording this video. So if I quickly show it to you, if I come over here you can see this is the FFmpeg source code, and here you can see they have also released 7.1.1, but I'm using 7.1. If you want, you can use 7.1.1 as well, but 7.1 is almost the latest. 7.2 is not yet stable, so I'm not using that. So hopefully you got the point. So you just need to write this particular command inside your terminal. So I have already cd'd inside my FFmpeg folder, then I'll just paste this command. So this will actually download the source code for us. Okay, let it download the source code. In the meantime, what you need to do is, so here you can see it has created this FFmpeg_source folder. Okay, also we need to create two more folders. So first one is this build folder and second one is the installed folder. So just create these two folders manually. You can create it from the terminal as well if you feel like. Now we don't really need this. I have already handled this inside over here, so yeah, just ignore this. Okay, then we need to cd to the build folder. Okay, so let's just wait for this to download. Okay, so here you can see it has downloaded it for me. Then I need to cd to the build folder, so I'll just cd to the build folder over here. Then I need to run this particular command, so it will basically compile it for us. So again, I'm not really good at this. Even I have asked AI to do all this stuff for me. Now you might be wondering, like, why should we watch the video if AI is going to give us all this step? Trust me, it is not straightforward with AI. I have tried using ChatGPT, Grok, DeepSeek, everything. It's not straightforward. I have to spend a lot of time because even they don't have much idea about this. They just give you some random answer, and you will have to do all the R&D, so it takes a lot of time. So yeah, that's why I'm making this video. It's not pretty straightforward even with AI, because this is a very niche topic. Not a lot of people are making this topic, and even if they make it, they just use those FFmpeg CLI commands, which are not really helpful for native iOS or Android projects. Now if you are curious for Android, I have already made a video for Android as well. Okay, so this command takes a bit of time, so let it do its thing. Also I have done it for Flutter Android and React Native Android as well. So yeah, if you are interested you can watch that. Okay, so this is done. Next we need to run this particular command, so then I'll just copy this. Even I'm not really good at this, like I said, I have used a bit of documentation as well as AI to do all this stuff for me. Now this particular compiling will take a bit of time, so let it do its thing. In the meantime, what we can do is we'll create this particular file, create framework.sh. So I'll just open a new instance of okay, so I'll just I don't want to confuse you guys, that's why I'm opening a new window of VS Code. Okay, because I want that cheat sheet to be open. So I'll just drag and drop this FFmpeg inside VS Code. You can use any IDE you feel like. I'm just more comfortable with VS Code. So it is telling us we need to create this particular file, right? So create underscore framework.sh. So I'll just create that particular file inside our FFmpeg folder, root of our FFmpeg folder, and inside that we need to copy some code. Now again, this I have just copy pasted. I've got it from AI, but again, with lot of trial and errors, it's not pretty straightforward as you think. So let me just quickly check. Okay, so I'll just copy this code and I'll show it to you. I'll do a command V. So I'll simply scroll through this file. You will have to type it out. If you want this code, you'll have sorry, but you'll have to become a member of my channel. Yeah, sorry about that, but I'm showing all the code inside this video. I'm not hiding anything. So I'll simply scroll through this. Again, I'm not really good at this. I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video wherever you feel like and just copy the code. Okay, it's not that big. Yeah, but there are a lot of things happening over here. Okay, hopefully so you have copy pasted this code. Let's come over here. Okay, so this is still compiling. Now this again will take a bit of time, so in the meantime, just to save time, I'll just open Xcode and here we'll create an iOS project. So I'll just click on create new project. Now here again you can create this project wherever you feel like. You don't have to create it inside the FFmpeg folder which we have created. You can create it outside. I'll be creating it outside. So just select iOS, just select app. Also one more thing which I want to clarify is I am only building it for ARM64. So to test this you will have to test it on a real device. It will not work on the simulator, and I'm not really interested on working with the simulator as well, because this FFmpeg has a very low level code, and even if you somehow get it working with simulator, if you're doing some advanced stuff, it will give you false positives. That's why I'm not going into that. So just select iOS, select your app, click next. I'll just give it the name as my iOS app. If you want, you can use Swift UI as well. I will just keep storyboard, but I won't be doing anything inside our storyboard. I will just create one button using UI kit and its layout constraints. That's it. And language will be obviously Swift. I don't want to use Objective-C, but to communicate with the FFmpeg APIs we have to use Objective-C. I know it is possible to interrupt directly with Swift, from Swift to C or C++ APIs, but I'm not really good into that, and that is very I would say at the very initial stages, at least at the time of me recording this video. That's why I don't want to go into that path. Okay, I'll just click on next, and here I'll just create one folder. I'll just create the project inside the downloads folder itself. Again, you can create it wherever you feel like. Okay, let's see. Okay, so here you can see this has finished compiling it for me. Okay, let's come back to our FFmpeg compilation. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to do cd dot dot. Okay, and then we need to run this particular command. So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Okay, so again this is something related to bash scripting which I don't really understand. Now to execute this bash file which we have created, we need to run this particular command, / create underscore framework.sh. Again it does some stuff which I'm not really good at. Okay, like I said, I'm only building it for ARM64. I don't really care about x86. So here next we just need to cd to the installed folder. Okay, and then we need to just copy this particular thing and just paste it over here. So I'll just paste it again. I'll just show it to you. We are looping over all the libraries which are available in FFmpeg, like AV codec, AV device, AV filter, and then just copying it and creating an XE framework out of it, because that's what Xcode projects understand. Okay, so here you can see that has also done. Okay, then let's go to our iOS project. Here I'll just right click, I'll create a new group. I'll just, you can name it whatever you feel like. I'll just name it as frameworks. Again, I'll just come over here, go to FFmpeg, go to installed, go to frameworks, and here you should see, okay, let me just quickly check my cheat sheet. Install, yeah, framework, correct. So go to Xcode, okay, and then just select this .exe framework folders which have been created. Do not select the .framework folder. We need .exe framework, and then just drag and drop this inside these framework folders, okay, and make sure you check these targets, otherwise things again will not work for you. This is very important. Then click on finish, okay, then scroll down, and inside your app, select inside target, select your app, select general, and here you will have to click select embed and sign, 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 and embed and sign over here as well, okay. And make sure you have inside sign in and capabilities you have selected your team, otherwise embed and sign will not work. Also obviously we need to run this on our real device as well. Then you just need to go to your view controller, okay. Now I'll just copy some code and explain it to you. It's basically very simple code. So over here I just need to paste some code, so I'll just paste that particular code. So here as you can see we are importing UI kit, photos UI, and I don't think we require AV kit, so I'll just remove that. Here I am just extending PH picker view controller delegate because we want to pick a video. Then here I have created one button, UI button. So I have just set the title, background color, title color, corner radius, and all that stuff. You can do this via Swift UI as well. Here I have created one final URL variable and one for file manager as well. I don't think we'll require this final URL as well. I'll just remove this. Okay, inside view did load, I'm just adding our button to our view, parent view. I'm setting up this some constraints, and I'm also adding one click listener as well. So on click of it, we just call this method. Okay, let me just improve the indentation a bit. Okay, so here inside setup constraints, as you can see, I'm just constraining the button where exactly we want to see this button, right? That's what we are doing over here, nothing related to FFmpeg. And on click of the button, we just launch this PH picker configuration. Selection limit is 1. We filter by videos. Then preferred asset representation mode is current. Then here we use this PH picker view controller. We set the delegate. Modal presentation style is full screen, and here we present our picker as well. And then from this PH picker view controller delegate, we override this particular method, did finish picking. So once we get the video, we don't get the actual URL of the video, we require the actual URL. That's why we need to do, so that's why I have written the code for this, because when we send the URL of to FFmpeg to get the video duration, we require the actual URL of the video. So that's why we have to do some kind of this logic. So ignore this wrap up, this is just a callback which I will come back in a bit. So once the user has picked a video, so I get the first video out of it. Then here basically what we are doing is that we are just storing that video inside a temporary directory. So again, I'll simply scroll through this. Feel free to pause the video and just copy the code. Even I have copy pasted this code from Stack Overflow. So here you can see that's what I'm doing over here. So I'll simply scroll through this. So basically we are saving the file inside a temporary directory, and here you can see we are calling this wrap up callback which we have, and we pass the destination URL where the video has been copied. In case if there is any error, we send that error as well. So if you come over here, wrap up, here you can see on the main thread, once this callback is called, we just dismiss our picker, and then we call this handle pick video result method. So if you see, I have written this method over here, handle pick video result. It takes a URL as well as an error. If there is if the URL is proper, then we call this method called FFmpeg wrapper. Now we need to create this particular file which will contain which will call the FFmpeg APIs. Now this needs to be written in Objective-C. So here you can see we are passing the URL, and it gives us the video duration which I just printed to the console. So here we'll just copy this, we'll create few files. So just right click, new file from template. Again, do how am I showing it to you, do not create just right click new empty file, do not do that, because we require the bridging header file. That's why you have to select this Cocoa Touch class, click next, and here you can see I have named it as FFmpeg wrapper. subclass NS object, but language here it should be Objective C. Then click on next and then click on create. Xcode will ask, do you want to create a bridging header? Click on create bridging header. So here you should see these 3 files been created. First go to the header file. Again I'll just remove all this code and I'll just copy some code and come back and show it to you. Okay, so over here I can just paste this code. Again I have just copy pasted, like I have asked ChatGPT for this, but again like I said, it was not pretty straightforward. So here we create this interface, and here we just define a method called get duration of video at URL. That's what we were calling it over here, get duration of video. Okay, yeah, so we are just taking the URL and giving the time back to the Swift code. Now we need to write the actual implementation inside over here. So again I'll just remove all this, I'll copy the code and show it. Okay, so over here we can just copy paste this particular bit of code. So first, again I'm not really good at this, I have asked ChatGPT. First we include our header file, then these two dependencies we are taking it from FFmpeg. Okay, then here we override this particular method and write the implementation of it. Like again I said, I'm not really good at this, but yeah, so we just do this format context. We open our do AV format open input, then we get the stream out of it. Then we get the duration of the video. We just do some cleanup and return the duration of the video back. So yeah, this is the code which you will have to write. Then inside this bridging header file, you have to write the one particular import as well. Okay, so here I'll just paste this particular import which I have. So yeah, now we can, I hope we can run our application on a real device. So again, ignore this error. I don't know why this error is coming. I think this is a false. Yeah, this is a false positive. We have already added the code for it. So I'll quickly run this on a real device and show you guys the output. So I'll just click on this select video. It will open the video picker for me. I'll select the first video, which is 15 seconds long, and if I show you the output inside my console, here you can see, okay, sorry, facing some issues. Here you can see I'm getting the 15-second long duration. So I'll just clean this up. I want to show it for one more video. I'll again click on select video. I'll select the 1 minute long video, and if I show you, here you can see it is almost 60 seconds long. So yeah, hopefully you got the point. That's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.